Hi everyone, I hope you're well. We've had another amazing question in from Abhay regarding his boy Krish. We get a lot of different questions and requests within the community, and I want to try and answer this one for Abhay and Krish as best as I can. This is a great one, and I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an explainer around the problem that they've got. One of the problems is that he's playing in an under 15s team and his motivation levels are going down a little bit because they've recently had new players join the club and join the team and they're not at Krish's level. Krish is struggling a little bit with the level of the players coming in, and they've got that quandary. Do they stay in that environment? Do they move to a different environment? What should they do to help Krish with his motivation? Also, like, what's our recommendation? So in this short 4 to 5 minute video, I'm gonna give you my opinion, and my opinion is going to be based off facts, and I'm gonna go all the way back to look at where does motivation start from. So motivation comes from a couple of areas: enjoyment in the sessions and the environment that you're getting placed in, the coach that you're working with, and whether or not you've got a balanced challenge from the squad that you're playing in. Now, what we discovered in the Premier League when I worked on this super project for the Premier League, we actually discovered that the balance is around about 60% struggle, 40% getting success. So for this particular player who's in this squad, the first thing I would always look at is, if you look with an unbiased opinion, and let's say you've got 15 players in the squad, give yourself a 1 rating, meaning the best player in the squad, and whoever's 15 is the so-called not the worst player in the squad based on ability, technical, physical. If you think you're inside the top 3 and you're being really unbiased, that is a major, major area of concern, because we've spoken about this before. You become the teacher within that environment. Also, who's going to teach you? If, for example, the coaching is very average or below average, the environment that you're training in and the setup and the pitch is very average, and then to top it off, within the session, you are one of the best players, so no one's challenging you physically, tactically, technically, or socially. So how do we get around this? So going back to the question we got from the guys within our school community, of which the link's above if anyone's interested to join our community for free, where you can access me, a UEFA coach and player agent, just by going to that link above. What my recommendation would be is you need to look to move within your club without having to leave your club. Look to see if you can go up and play a couple of age groups. For a boy who's in an under 15s team, if he's struggling to get a challenge and he's playing in the top under 15s team, or whether you're a girl and you're playing in the top under 15s girls team, my advice would be speak to your club first and see if you can go up a couple of age groups. And for me as an under 15 boy, I would highly recommend you go and train in with the men's teams, to go and pick up those couple of extra sessions a week where you're going to get a challenge. Because if you stay in your club team under 15s and you're training 2-3 nights a week and a game of a weekend, that's okay to a point. But if you're in the top 2 or 3 players, it's not. So the first thing you could do is look to complement that with 2 or 3 additional sessions a week, training him with a men's divisional team, which is going to be a great challenge, and also it's going to make him feel more motivated. So when he goes in the under 15s, he can try more different tricks and skills and have a bit more confidence, because it is easy in that environment. But when he's in that men's environment, he's got to focus on everything, keeping it simple, keeping the passes simple, keeping the movement simple. Now, if you don't have an opportunity within the club you're in to move to another to a team above you, a men's team, my advice would then, you would then look at moving to another club. And we've covered this before. My advice would be, find a club. Maybe if you're in an NPL system, come out of the NPL, save yourself $3,000 a year. Go and join a community club and play men's divisional football. Yet you're only going to be training once or twice a week. You'll only have a game of a weekend. But you can make up your hours quite easily, through indoor football, futsal, and these elements, you should be playing men's football as well. So if you're a boy and you're 14, 15, my advice would be go and train with the men, go and play with the men, and that is the best way to do it and to attack it. So for me, to improve motivations, you need to work out if your son or your daughter is getting a challenge. If they're not getting a challenge, they need to be getting a challenge. So you either need to address it with the club you're at, and if you can't address it with the club you're at, then you need to move clubs. And for me, for a boy who's 14, 15, to get motivated and to get back into football, he needs to be playing men's football. There's a reason why players like Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen, David Beckham, Steven Gerrard made it. It was quite simply by the age of 14 and 15, they were training with the men. Wayne Rooney made his debut for Everton at the age of 16 and scored a goal in the Premier League against Arsenal. The earlier you start pushing yourself from a developmental point of view and playing up age groups, the faster you are going to develop yourself into a superstar. Guys, I really appreciate the question. If you've got a question for me and you want me to answer it from an opinion of a coach or as an agent, I can help you guys. And if I don't have the answer, I don't claim to know everything. I will go and speak to one of my contacts in the world game and I will get the answer for you. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. And again, send me the questions in our school community. It's free to join and I'll answer any question you've got within football, whether it's about playing, developing, or getting represented by an agent. Thank you.